Everything they taught us is a lie. All is a lie and reconstructed. But when you are in the truth, if you seek the truth, it will come to you. People can't handle the truth because they love a lie. Welcome to the Sane Society, visitors and subscribers. Let me take this time to thank you for your support. Every time you like and subscribe, it increases the viewership, causes more circulation of the videos. And I know y'all can't see me because it's a podcast, like a radio. I love radio. It's nostalgia for me. We had radio before we had TV. We used to all lay down on the floor and listen to the radio. So you listen to my radio now. And we're going to talk about the Civil War. What really it is. Civil rights. What does civil mean? Civil mean civilization. What is civilization? It has to do with giving yourself an authority to make laws. You give yourself an authority to make laws. They call that civil. It really had nothing to do with civilization because the people who use it are destroyers of civilization. Nothing is what it seems. How many of y'all thought civil rights were benefit the tribes, the original people? How many of y'all thought civil rights was a benefit? See, you've been tricked, lied to again. How can civil rights be a benefit when somebody give it to you? It's a privilege. You see, the whole point is that our ancestors, the original people, wrote this Constitution to protect us from government. So we are never citizens because we own the trust indenture of the Constitution. The founding fathers are the ones in the Articles of Association, 17 people from 1774 to 1781 to include the Articles of Confederation. Where have you heard that term confederation again? Oh, the Confederacy. So you're telling me that Confederacy was people of the Articles of Confederation who was fighting this rogue government under the Constitution. They didn't want the Constitution, they wanted the Articles of Confederation. That's why they call themselves a Confederacy. It really was the Iroquois Confederacy. This wasn't white people fighting each other over us, over slavery. This was Indian wars. It's always been about us. You remember the Berlin Conference, how Africa was cut up and pieced out to Europe? Remember how Africa was pieced out to Europe? They divided up, each had a piece. The same thing happened to America. The French had a piece, the Spanish had a piece, and the British had a piece. It's no different. and they attacked it from all sides. The French, they brought the French here. The French was the first ones who actually was here. They came through Canada, and then next time they came through Louisiana. However, what happened in the Haiti changed the mind of the French. They said, no, we don't want nothing to do with those people. They're dangerous. So they sold the land they had purchased to America, the British. And the Spanish came around 1520s. Before the fall of the Moors, the Spanish came here by way of Florida, fighting the Indians. This is the Moors. They've been fighting all the time. They call it civil war, civil rights. No, it was no civil war, Indian wars. Took us off our land because they wanted the rich land, the seaboard. And many of us died making that trip to, they wanted us to go to Oklahoma. Some of us stopped in cities along the way, which they established and called wards. So everything they told you is a lie. Civil rights make you a slave. They did it in 1866 and did it again in 1865. And you thought it was helping you. No, it was taking away your rights you was using under the Constitution. The Constitution is your instrument. So the civil rights is a law that averts you from being protected under the Constitution. So when you fight for civil rights, you're fighting for slavery. Can't y'all? Well, y'all can't see it because y'all didn't grow up in the 50s and 60s like I did. Y'all do not know how free we were, how intact our community was, how we had no crime. We didn't go outside of our community because we had everything we needed in our community. We worked for ourselves, as all intelligent people do. But these colored people, these white people of the NAACP, they sold us out. They're always selling us out. Talking about they're there for our rights. These was youth led by them, NAACP, melanated white folks. They hate us. The same thing happened with Isabel and Ferdinand. They're products of Moors, half castes, sold out their fathers. That's how the fall of the Moors came. The children, and it says this in the Bible, the children are going to turn against their fathers and mothers. So why y'all inviting that to happen to you again and again and again? Why don't you marry your own kind? Stop crossing over. I know this is going to be, I did a wonderful tape about how they're trying to frame that brother with his 9 children. They deleted that one. But that's okay. The truth going to be come out. Maybe tomorrow, maybe 60 years, but it's going to come out. I know the truth. The ancestors told me it would really happen. And you believe anything these people tell you, you're one of them. If you believe their stories, you are one of them. I don't believe anything this man says. These Mzungus. How do you know he's lying? He's running his mouth.